Dawson, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, brother. You can hear me okay?
Yeah, everything's good. Can you
Oh,
hear me?
awesome. Yeah, I got you loud and clear, my man. How'd everything go last night? Did you guys party after the baby or what?
No, we didn't do too much partying. We just kicked back, relaxed. We let everybody got to see. I have a bunch of family in South Boston, so hospital was very packed. So after about an hour or two of everybody seeing the baby, we just kind of let my sister, brother-in-law, and she has two daughters as well. Um,
Okay.
we just let all of them soak all that in. It's just exciting news that as the first boy has been in the family. I've been the only boy for a while, so it's exciting to have another male in the family now.
Yeah, now you're sharing some space, some more testosterone in the family.
Yeah.
Were you able to talk her into naming it Jeremy?
No, I did tell her that though. She got a crack out of it.
That's awesome, man. So today is really all about you. Just want to get a better indication, really, on who you are, what you're about, your goals that you have. I know that we touched base a little bit over text messaging, which I really appreciate your communication. It already started giving me an insight of like the type of person you are. So, kind of just ready to dive in. I know right now you're back home, but you're potentially going to be moving to South Carolina, pending the second part of this interview goes well. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Now, what type of company did you apply with, or like what's the job over?
It's a data logistics company.
Okay,
They're looking for like an admin, assistant, something like dealing with that. It didn't say administrative assistant, but the role, emails, customer service. I'm guessing the way she sounded is I'm gonna be at the front desk of the office, from 8 to 5. You know, uh, Customers come in, things like that. I address that, send emails, file stuff, data entry on like Excel and stuff like that.
I got you. Cool. And then you had said the original reason why you left Virginia Beach in the first place was you and your girl, after a couple of years, decided to part ways and kind of start, go a different route. So now you're kind of just trying to rebuild. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Cool. And then you have your college degree in business management. So we're trying to put that bad boy to use, kind of doing it with the 9 to 5. Then also, it sounds like you're probably wanting to scale a little bit with your online platform, so that way you're having multiple streams of income. Did I understand that correctly?
Yes, yep.
Awesome. So outside of that, why else are we on the phone call? Obviously, some financial freedom. We want some more stability. Why else are we on the call? Like, what do we want to get out of this?
I just love helping people. Like I've done it. I've been into bodybuilding for 6 or 7 years now. So like until the past 2 years, it was more of like I just do it because I loved it. I played sports all through high school, so I always enjoyed, being active and working out, living a healthier lifestyle. But then going through college, living with roommates who had no idea, how to live any of that lifestyle. That's what really got me started. I had a roommate, my last roommate, he lost 25 pounds while he lived with me just for, one semester. And that really kind of just sparked me and like getting very interested in coaching people, not athletes. I don't really want to do no prep situations like that. I'm just more into the lifestyle. I like taking people who have no clue on how to eat, on how to get active, and that's just not, going to the gym. Everybody thinks you got to get a gym membership, that's false. You do not have to do that. 90% of it is your diet. So, I mean, you can't outwork a bad diet. So like, I just love helping people from the ground up. I mean, obviously you take a person like me, I myself, I can't really help me, that's why I have a coach, so like who's a lot more experienced than me. And I have ambitions of competing and stuff like that. So,
Awesome.
like that's more of my biggest thing is just to simply help people. I mean, I think it's no better feeling, when they say I'm down 2 pant sizes, or like my clothes just don't fit no more. I got to go buy new clothes. Like it's just no better feeling than watching someone transform their life, and then they develop that into a lifestyle. Just like how I did. It's just to me that's the most satisfactory feeling, regardless of the amount of money. Like I'd never even charged anybody for nothing. Just doing it because I mean I just love helping people.
Yeah, for sure. So it sounds like you're going for someone who's going to provide daily fulfillment and an opportunity to impact, others, including yourself. Is that about right?
Yeah, that's right.
I got you. Cool. So what is our goal? Like previously, before you leaving your job, what were you making? And then what do we need to make for you to feel comfortable initially? And then how big do we see this envisioned?
I was making like 42,000 a year there. I
Okay.
would like at least 50. Like, people say you can live off 40,000, but in today's world, it's not possible. Not by yourself, at least. That's why I had to move back home. Um, so, I mean, the job I'm looking at now, they're going to start me off at 46, but then after the first 6 months, you get your first raise, which bumps you to 50. Um, so, that's like where my desired starting salary is. I think 50. I mean, I'm not living comfortable and doing whatever I want by any means, but I can make ends meet for the time being. I'm 23 years old, so it's not
Right.
like I need 100,000 right off the rip.
100%. Now, as far as do we want to grow our saving? Like, what do we have in savings? What do we want to grow that thing to ideally?
I mean, really don't have much savings. I come from, a family that has not always been that has not been in a position to help me much financially. So like student loans and stuff like that. I have those bills to pay for, car insurance, things like that. Um, so really I have no savings really. I mean, not to the level of like what I would classify savings. I have money in my pocket, things like that, but not nothing where I'm like, I got 10,000 saved up or anything like that.
For sure. Let me give you some context on how we're going to get you first to 50K. I'm going to show you how easy this can be. Okay. So the average student who goes through our course, 73% of those students are able to get their first client month one. On average, it takes people just 1 week. So at the end of 4 months, people are finishing the program making right around 6,500 to 8K. That's just the average, not the top of the line, not the bottom of the barrel. Okay. So just your right in line, right in the middle of those road people are making 6,500 to 8K a month. All right. So if we wanted to hit 50K or surpass that, if you're charging, let's say industry average is about 300 to 500 per client each month. Okay. So let's just say you're charging around $400, just as an example. If you had 15 clients, that would get you 6K a month. That would surpass your 50K. Oh, we need 15
Right.
clients. Now, if we had 25 clients, that would get you that 10K a month or that 120K a year. So 15 to 25 clients at an average rate of $400 will get you really where you want to be, and you'll start feeling a lot more comfortable. Sound
Yeah.
pretty doable, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
A world full of billions of people, and all we need to do is literally get 15 to 25 clients for you to be like feeling like you're really balling out of control, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool, man. What do we feel like outside of knowing where to start? What else is like it has been a big challenge to get this thing up and running?
I think like just the audience that like my social media kind of tends to target, it seems like I a bunch of people around my age, I feel like I guess it's jealous in a way, or like they envy, it's it's like, why are you posting with your shirt off, things like that, it's like, but those people are not the ones I'm attracted. It tends to be people that are a lot younger than me who are like, watching Sam Sulek on TikTok, like those type of people, like those are the ones that tend to be attracted. And, sadly, those people just don't have the financial, means to, most of the time pay for a coach. And, obviously their parents, while they're in high school, they don't understand, most of the time that lifestyle.
Yeah, 100%. So we're just gonna have to change our perspective on getting a better grasp on who we want to attract. So you're right. When I first started out, I only wanted to work with athletes. The problem with that is athletes are broke. They have no money until they've actually made it big, right? So I had to change that. And how I did that was I had to figure out what problems I could solve for individuals that have like a plethora of them. So think about this. I attract men 35 to 50 years old that are high level executives. The reason I can speak about that is I'm past 30 years old, so I know what's going on, right? So think about the problems those type of individuals have. They're usually at their high level. One, I don't need to negotiate my prices too much because they're already set in their careers. Two, they're traveling an awful lot, or they don't have very good eating habits, or they rarely work out. Three, if they are home and they have a wife and kids, they're not present with them, right? So if you're not present at home, your wife starts to resent you a little bit, and if your wife resents you, you're not getting any intimacy. So for men to feel valued, we need money, power, and sex. You take one of those three things away, we're struggling, right? So I show men how to optimize their overall performance, create better habits, become more leaders in their household as well as in the office, so they can be that father figure or that dominant leader their family needs them to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So now the people that I'm, attracting are people that obviously have some financial means that can afford coaching. But in the meantime, some of the stuff that I've also posted, based on like, different intensity techniques and workouts that I've done, will attract athletes as well. Right. So I'm still getting a large chunk of people coming in that want to work with me just based off of my program design. But then I have the larger amount of people working with me because they know that I can solve their problems. Right. Cool. Outside of that, is this our first steps? Is like the first thing that we've actually tried, like hopping on a call, or have we done any research or any certifications?
No, I don't have any certifications. I just graduated in school 2023. I've been done since December, but Longwood University is so small that they only have one graduation ceremony a year, so I didn't get to walk until May. So I didn't technically, graduate till May of 2023.
Gotcha.
So, and then after that, I was so locked in my bodybuilding. I've been with my coach for like 2 years, and like that, all I could think about was getting on stage. And so, I went robot mode for 18 months, and that obviously, requires, I didn't talk to nobody. I was worried about myself, and I went into prep for about 8 weeks, making crazy progress. I was super excited. I was supposed to compete December 16th. But obviously, with me moving back home, the breakup with my girlfriend, looking for a new job, feeling like I was moving backwards in life because I moved out from home and then, I moved back home, so my mental, then obviously along with, prep and then, your PEDs and stuff like that, like my body was already under so much stress that, me and my coach just decided with me being so young, it was going to be my first show. There was no need to rush it, and keep pushing. The stage will always be there. So definitely, this is like my first time ever, really reaching out to someone and trying to get, advice and things like that. So yeah.
Gotcha. What do you feel like you need from like a business coach or a mentor? Are we looking for like a step-by-step game plan, some accountability, some specific guidance? What is it that you really need?
That's the thing. I don't know, like I'm just starting off from ground zero. So it's really just, I guess, helping me build that foundation, and just, I'm the type of person, it's like, once you kind of lay that foundation out for me, it's like, I'm gonna, obviously a good foundation is where to start, but just because, your method worked for you doesn't mean that it's gonna necessarily work for others, like the foundation will, but then you got to make your own little tweaks. But that comes along with trial and error. You find out what works for you, find out what works for your clients, and then, you go from there. And the only way to do that is doing it. It's the only way.
Yeah, 100%. Well, let me ask you this. Where would you like to see yourself differently in the next 4 to 6 months than where you're currently at?
At least 60,000 a year. Moved away. Like to have at least 5 to 10 clients, at least 5. That's like, I want at least 5. Like I said, like I'm not trying to really, it would be awesome to make, like you said, 120,000 a year, but that's not like, obviously I wouldn't turn down that opportunity, but like that's not like what I'm dead set on. I got to make 6 figures off coaching. That's not really what my goal is. And like I said, I'm very much going to compete myself, so I don't even think I would have the time to give 30, 40 people, like that much effort, especially like if I'm, trying to like, get my pro car and stuff like that, it just takes a lot of sacrifices, so I think like, I'm not trying to really be like, this is like my only income, this is my living. I think like my biggest thing in life is I want to do so many things. I don't want to be 60 years old and be like, I did this for 35 years and retired. Like that's just not the life I want to live. You get one shot at life, and there's billions and billions of different things. So like, I don't even know how anyone can sit there and say this is what I was made for when you haven't even tried 5 million other things, So it's like, I just want to try so many different things. I want to do so many different things. I want to go so many places. Like I just have so many ambitions.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that you're open to trying different things. Now, I would say how you know what you're destined for is the one thing that you constantly keeps you up at night, or the constant thing that you think about. So for me, it was always about, coaching or fitness. Like I always knew I was supposed to be in the fitness field, right? So yes, there could be a million other opportunities, and I've tried several of them throughout my 42 years of life of existence, right? But I also realized I kept on coming back to fitness, right? So you don't want to pass up an opportunity when it's like hitting you dead in the face, right? So for me,
but like what I was more saying is like I belong in the fitness industry as well, but where do I belong in that? As like
yeah,
coach helping people, or do I belong in it as like, possibly becoming one of the greatest athletes ever? It's like, and I see all these, professional athletes, they have coaching people, and I'm like, dude, there's no way that you can even give that much time when you're an IFBB pro competing 3 or 4 times a year. Like, I mean, it's no way. I mean, they may do check-ins and stuff like that, but most of the time when you see like, IFBB pros and stuff like that, they're just getting paid because they're a pro, and people like think, oh, he's my coach, I'm going to look like him, when it's like, it's not how it works. You won't even be able to look like him even if you tried. It's that's like where I'm like kind of trying to find right now. It's like I love fitness, I love sports, I love everything dealing with being active, healthy, everything like that. So I totally get what you're saying. Like you just found your passion, which can be broad or very point on, as you said you want to coach, you want to help people, and I'm just trying to find out if I want to if I want to be a true athlete or true coach, and that's why I'm kind of like I want to get my feet wet, I want to get some clients, and see
yeah.
how all that goes, and then as I'm trying to do my own thing.
Yeah, I will tell you that you are able to do both. So I'm actually a men's natural pro athlete. I got my pro card in men's physique. So I did 20-week preps, and you're able to really dial in. Like obviously, sleep, eating, training is going to be important, but it doesn't take up 24 hours of the day. If it does, you're not really being efficient, and you're really not that good of
Like
an athlete. You know what I mean?
like say if you're working a job,
You say
you know,
what?
say if you have a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday though, and you're coaching people and you're in prep, like what about that?
Yep. So again, you have an idea of how many clients you first want to start off. So I like that goal of maybe 5 to 10 initially, just to kind of see how you're able to handle that. But also, you're not going to be competing year round. That's why there's an off season. That's why most athletes will take a year or two off in between shows to rebuild, restructure that physique, and come back to the stage with a completely different package. The people that continuously compete every single year that haven't made it to that pro level. And when we're talking about the pro level, we're talking advanced level PEDs, we're talking advanced level techniques, right? So if we're going to be honest, like the majority of individuals aren't going to ever hit that level. You might hit your pro card, you might win a national show. I actually worked under a coach who is extremely well known. He's a prep coach. He won nationals last year in light heavyweight, and he runs 3 gyms, and he runs a personal training company. So it's there if you want to make it a priority, right? If your goal is to impact people, have your name. This is if you compete, it's even an easier way for you to market, especially if you become successful in what you do, right? Because then we can talk about how to, do podcasts and show people the different intricate ins and outs of what you do and how your style is vastly different, or what type of coaches you worked with, or hopping on like a podcast with other coaches and talking about different techniques, talking about PEDs, talking about relaxation, talking about, off seasons. Those would be huge things. They're going to drive more money. Obviously, you can't compete your whole life. So you want to make sure you have something that's backed up, that's going to be flexible. Online coaching will give you some flexibility because you're able to do it from wherever you want. If you want to work a 9 to 5, totally get that. There's a lot of people that like doing that, but you are limited and there's a cap on what you can make. Whereas literally 4 to 6 months, we can, surpass currently what you would be making. Now, we have people that love both. So I'm not saying you can't do all of it. You totally can. If you want to kind of focus on that 9 to 5, live in South Carolina, and then just take on a few extra clients just for supplemental income, that's a great plan too. I'm not never going to knock that, right? But I'm saying that you have the time. So speaking of time, if we can dictate 10 to 20 hours a week, you're in a pretty solid spot. If you can dictate 20 hours or more, you're in a dangerously great spot. And so I'm gonna give you some context behind that because I'm also a master level trainer. I trained 40 people a week, 2 to 3 times a week back in like my prime. How I was able to do this is I had to get resourceful with my time, which means popping in modules on the way to the gym, when I was doing my cardio, when I was driving home from the gym. So by the time I got home, I was executing whatever it is I learned. Right.
Right.
So if you get, again, if you can do about 10 to 20 hours a week, you're in a good spot. Do we feel like we have at least 10 to 20 hours a week?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I like my lifestyle is gym, work. That's it. You know, I don't
For
do no
sure.
go. I don't really like. I'm just such in that work mindset right now. Like it's hard for me to really even go out and want to socialize. You know, like I'm just such on a mission right now to like get my career started, get my life going, and like accomplish the things that I want to get done. It's like I'm just so tunnel vision right now. I don't want nothing else. Like that is my number one goal. It's my only goal is to, get my life started, do the things I want. And, I'm 23 years old and, most people most of the time don't even live to 70. So like, I'm a third of the way done. So, I mean, I'm like, life is flying. I remember I was just 15, 16, getting my driver's license. It felt like, and it's like, dang, I'm graduated. I'm about to turn 24 in a month. It's like, time is not waiting on anybody.
Right, for sure. How big of a priority is this for you to get into this online space and create massive impact?
I mean, I think it's definitely a major priority for me. Now, like I was saying, to me, life is just not about money. Like I have a cousin that lives out in California. He helped Google when they was like he ran into the people making Google in their garage. So I mean, he's a multi millionaire. So but like, I mean, I've been out there a few times, and it's like he's not the happiest man alive. It's like so. That's when I was going through high school. I thought it was money makes you happy, money makes you happy, money makes you happy, but it doesn't. So like that's my biggest thing in life is just trying to find happiness and peace with myself, and that's not chasing a green dollar. So like I don't ever want to every decision I've ever made that I put a dollar figure on it and I'm chasing that, I don't get the satisfaction that I was thinking I was going to get. So I try not to, obviously in today's world you got to have money to do things like and do things you want to do. So I mean, yeah, it sucks, but like I try not to get too focused on, like, oh, I gotta have this certain amount of money or this, it's like let go of the things like that you just simply can't control. Give it your all day in and day out, and good things will happen. I mean, consistent beats perfection every time, So like long as you're consistent and being consistent, like I think that'll take you so far in life. So like that's my biggest thing. It's like my biggest thing, like I just said, is I don't want to turn 60 and tell my grandkid I did one thing for my whole life. Like that's so boring to me. Even if you had time off, even if you got to travel a little bit here and there, like you work 5 days a week and you get 2 days a weekend. So I mean that's literally like 85% of your life right there, So it's like I want to do something that I wake up every single day and I'm just like, I love waking up. I have no problem going to wherever, or whatever my job is. And it's not, if I'm making good money, great. But like if you're a fucking janitor and you love it every day, like who can say anything to you? Go clean those floors. If that's what makes you happier than anything else in life, then screw what anyone thinks. Screw if you don't have all the money in the world. But if nothing else brings you more happiness than that, then that's all you need in life. You'll die just as happy as Jeff Bezos. I mean,
Gotcha. Cool. I'm going to do a quick little recap, make sure I have all my notes right, and then we're actually going to dive in. I'm going to show you exactly what everything NLCA has, how it can help you surpass your overall goals, and then we'll talk about next steps. Cool?
yeah, it's cool.
All right. So as mentioned before, just graduated with your business management degree. Currently at home, you're looking at possibly going into an administration job, like an 8 to 5, in South Carolina. Biggest reason why we're on the call is we're wanting financial stability, a little bit of freedom, and you just love helping people in general. Our goal is to initially surpass 42K. At least we would like to make 50K a year, but you're really not focused on the monetary side. You just want to be happy. You want to try different things. Biggest challenge is knowing where to get started, some social media, and attracting the right type of clients. What we tried is, people reaching out on social media. You've had your own pep coach for 18 months. These are really our first steps. What we needed is step-by-step guidance and just some clear accountability and boundaries, and just helping you get off the ground. You're starting at zero. We want to build a solid foundation. In the next 4 to 6 months, you'd like to be making 60K. You'd also like to be moved out of your parents' house, have about 5 to 10 clients, really start solidifying like what type of coach or athlete you really want to be. And then from there, we figured out that we do have at least 10 to 20 hours to dictate. And overall, we feel like this would provide us a little bit more fulfillment. Is that about right?
Yes, that sounds spot on.
All right, my man. Cool. Let's dive in. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know when you can see it. We'll party.
Okay. Yep. So.
All right. So as you know, with Next Level Coaching Academy, this is a big deal. We are accredited through the Better Business Bureau, and we got an A+ rating, which is the highest rating you can get, and it solidifies who we are as a reputable business. We're also backed by ACE, NASM, and ISSA. So if you had one of those certifications, this would be continuing education credits. Now, on the success ladder, we've got 2 tiers. We've got 10K Accelerator. We've got Mastery Level Coach. Now, 10K Accelerator is really ideal for an individual such as yourself, someone who is looking to make that transition to online space. The information is geared to get you from 0 up to 10K per month. It even comes with an optional certification at no additional charge, so that'll help you feel a little bit more qualified. Mastery level is when you're hitting 10K a month on a consistent basis, and now maybe your focal point changes to where you do want to hit 50, 60 to 100K months, kind of stepping away from the coaching aspect, becoming more of a CEO of your own business, really learning how to lead leaders. Does that make sense? Cool. Our program is broken up into 4 phases. The first thing we want to do is show you how to get your clients right out the gate. Then we'll establish a solid business foundation by generating leads organically to maximize all 3 platforms. We'll develop sales and client retention strategies to help you reach, sustain, and surpass that 10K per month. Now, on the support side of things, it's going to be second to none. You're going to have an assigned one-on-one coach. That coach has been through both 10K and mastery level, so they have a 6 or 7 figure business of their own, so they're battle tested. You'll have a customized game planning call with that individual, review where you're at, where you want to be, and the most efficient way to get there. And then you'll have one-on-one coaching either weekly or bi-weekly, depending what we figure out is you're going to be your ultimate need. But this is an excellent opportunity to revisit the game plan, make changes, receive feedback, and get specific instructions. And then once we've completed all of our sales modules, we'll introduce you to a sales coach as well. This individual will help you overcome those sales objections, get you closing down those calls at a 40% clip or greater, so you have a larger return of investment. We also have bi-weekly roster group coaching calls accompanied by 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate a traditional 9 to 5. So this would go over client delivery, marketing, lead generation, mindset issues, case studies, you name it, we deep dive into it. And then bonus bi-weekly support calls with Chad, and then 24/5 tech support. So outside of all those calls, you have access to your coach 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. They're contractually obligated to answer every single one of your questions. Now, starting your own business, it's awesome, it's fun, it's amazing, but it is hard and it does get overwhelming. So we created what we call the Zenpreneur method. We do help with weekly mindset calls, breath work, meditation, even journaling sessions, just to ensure you're in a good headspace to move forward within your business. Resources, that course curriculum, you'll have that Zenpreneur method. This will be a game changer, done for you programming by Evolve Health and Performance. So this is Kayla Diamond's team. She's actually a mastery level coach. She's a certified strength and conditioning specialist. They have provided a bunch of templates, whether you're intermediate, beginner, advanced. There's drop-down menus, so no matter what type of client you have in front of you, you have different options, and you can kind of save these for your own use. It saves you hours of time. We also provide agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific changes or enhancements. And we do also offer an optional certification at no additional charge. It's equal parts fitness, equal parts nutrition. The test is 77 questions long. Got to get an 80% or better, open book. It's not timed. You can take it as many times as you like. Once you pass, you'll have your online coaching certification. Any questions on all that so far?
Nope, everything sounds good.
Awesome. Now, there's going to be 4 phases to get you to 10K. So phase 1, act first. That means we're going to have you launch your business, announce to the world who you are and what you're about, but we'll provide you specific strategies to implement to get your first couple clients. Phase 2, we're going to have you set up all of your backend systems, make sure you're a fully legal company, identify what problems you solve for individuals, and then based upon that, we can create our offer and pricing. So these first 2 phases will take maybe a month, month and a half or so. The rest of the time will be in phase 3 and phase 4. So phase 3, organic marketing, we're going to show you how to maximize TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We'll even show you how to maximize podcasts and YouTube as well. Then we'll go into how to utilize WhatsApp community chat for more client engagement. And then from there, we'll show you how to close down deals more efficiently. Phase 4, it's like the fine tuning, maximizing your sales skills. having consistent client delivery systems, but emphasizing the customer support and client retention to keep people happy for longer periods of time and enhance that user experience. Any questions?
Mm-mm.
All right, now this is going to be the actual modules. It's going to be a total of 35 modules. Each module will have an overview link. It'll also be associated with videos. The link and the videos are tutorial style, okay? So first step to getting your first 1 to 10 clients, we're talking about strategies here. So we're going to show you multiple different strategies to implement to get your first couple clients. The resources we provide for you are already done for you, so it makes our time more efficient. Now, the 10K Accelerator Directory, I'd want you to view this as onboarding material that'll help you become a better student. It really shows you how to maximize that program to its fullest capabilities, kind of like a college syllabus. Your roadmap is going to be a 2-part phase. So what do we need to do to get you from 0 to 5K a month? And then what do we need to do to get you from 5 to 10? So it'll be step-by-step strategies with videos and timelines as well based upon your goals. Now, based upon your goals, we want to implement daily and evening routines. We also know that fear of failure, anxiety, imposter syndrome, procrastination, those are all natural, normal feelings. We teach you how to move past that to move forward with your overall business. We then identify the top 10 struggles you'll face as a fitness entrepreneur. We provide solutions behind each and every one of these as well. Now, administration systems and ChatGPT is where things get interesting. So we're really going to show you how to maximize ChatGPT, give it specific prompts to utilize it to create SOPs, content creation ideas, even use it for your programming and your nutrition, make things a lot more efficient. Backend systems, Waiver, Stripe for payments, DocuSign for client agreements, Typeform accounting for people to be able to book calls or apply for your services. We do have applications such as TrueCoach or Trainerize. You can upload all of your programming, all of your nutrition, make it more customizable for your clients. Now, every module will have an overview document. So when you click on this, you'll have all of the videos that associate this module off to the right. Now you scroll down here, you're going to have the written material. So when you click on this, this will naturally save to your Google Docs. So as it opens, you'll always have access to this. And check this out. As you can see, this is step-by-step format and written material. So as long as you know how to read and follow instructions, you're in a good spot. All right. Now, if you're more of a visual learner, let's pretend that you want to set up Wave for payments. You just click on this video right here. So as you can see, he literally shows you exactly how to navigate each screen, what to type in, and how to progress. Super simple. We'll do the same thing here for your financial systems. We're going to show you how to set up your LLC, get your employment identification number, when and how to open up a business bank account, how to track what's coming in and out of your business, when to pay quarterly taxes, when to pay yourself, examples of business write-offs. All of your business legalities are covered through here. Now, if you were to set up your LLC the traditional way, it takes roughly 2 to 3 weeks, or you can use a company that we're partnered with that's an AI company that takes like 2 to 3 hours. So all of your business legalities are set up in a matter of hours. It's a fraction of the time. From there, we'll move into target setting. So creating your 3-year vision, 1-year vision, 3-month vision. And then from there, we'll identify your ideal challenge or what problem you solve for individuals. Based upon that, we can create your offer and pricing. So really understanding the value that you bring, your educational experience. Is this going to be a more do it for you, do it with you, or do it yourself program? So the more that you do for an individual, the higher the ticket offer. That high ticket offer is going to be established upon your overall length of terms. So we help create that unique angle, provide that structure to your pricing, and teach you how to create downsells and discounts when applicable. Any questions on that so far?
Mm-mm.
Awesome. This next part's going to be all social media. Okay, so we're going to show you how to do 1 hour's worth of work, get 7 to 14 different pieces of content created by utilizing some AI software. Now that we have that content created, we want to spread it across all these platforms. So one, we want to show you how to set up a podcast and YouTube. We want more people to know who you are, what you're about, and the message that you're trying to convey. And then from there, we're going to show you how to market for all things Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok related. So it's more than just randomly posting. There's very specific strategies and resources behind every one of these platforms to get the most out of it. So all the way down from hashtag use to page organization to page aesthetics, call to actions, real stories, highlights, any intricate detail you can think of, we will go over on all platforms. Content creation made easy is just really cool editing features. We'll introduce you to Canva Basic, Canva Pro, Microsoft Designer. Really cool for page aesthetics, page organization, and for branding and logos. And then we'll move into the 10K lead generation framework, which starts off with earned media. So I want you to think of earned media as like people raising their hand. They're trying to reach out to you first. They're interested in whatever you got going on. So we're going to give you strategies and resources to incentivize people to want to reach out. So as an example, kind of mentioned this one earlier, cross-pollination. Maybe you're partnered with like another competitor or a prep coach, and their audience gets to see who you are and vice versa. So now we have more followers, we have more engagement, which means we can pump out more free resources and experience and like information to them, start building that trust in that relationship, which could lead to my favorite, a scholarship strategy, which incentivizes people to act fast, builds urgency, gets them really excited. Opposite of this is what we call a conversation and call. This is outbound marketing. This is you reaching out to individuals first. So we'll give you specific scripts that you can change based upon your own tonality. We'll give you conversation and call examples, but more importantly, we're going to show you exactly where to find all these leads on all 3 platforms and how to build and nurture these relationships, have more intimate one-on-one conversations by filtering them through a WhatsApp group. So those individuals have a better indication on who you are and what you're about. From there, very beginning stages of running ads, a very inexpensive way to get massive momentum, which will lead us to referrals. So we want to make sure that we keep people for long periods of time, but advance them to higher levels of our programming. So what are the strategies behind it? And then how do we track it? Any questions on that so far?
Nope, all good, man.
All right. Thoughts, concerns, how are we feeling?
I mean, the biggest concern to me is just would be like, financially affording this program. I would love to, but I mean, like, what is the price of this, like to join this?
Yeah, we are going to get into that. If you're ready to kind of skip forward, have you seen enough or did you want me to continue?
Oh, no. I mean, you can keep going. I love seeing all this. So yeah, I mean, if you got more stuff, yeah, bring it on.
Yeah, so we're almost done with the overall presentation. I'm going to share you a couple testimonials. Now, as far as your question of pricing, that's probably my favorite part, man, because I'm very creative and very resourceful. So if this is a huge priority for you, I can figure out something that's going to fit your budget, man. I don't want you to even worry about that. Okay. Cool. All right. Last part of this is going to be everything sales. So this is going to be the number 1 skill you'll ever learn. If you learn sales, man, you'll always have a job wherever you go. Okay. So for instance, we're going to show you how to maximize your sales capabilities and also, teach you the sales psychology to set up 2 types of phone calls. The first is a meet and greet. It's like a 10-minute screening call. You're trying to identify, do I want to work with this person? Can I solve their problems? If this is someone that you do want to work with, we take them to the closing call. This is where you're trying to lock them down as a potential client. So we'll give you specific scripts. We'll teach you how to create nutrition-only programs, but we'll also teach you how to create downsells, discounts, and financing options. This will be a game changer to help people lock in that normally couldn't afford your program. Now, whether you lock them in or not, we want to go back and track all of this. How many calls were booked, how many showed, how many closed, and at what length of terms. So we give you our resources to do this a little bit more efficiently, so you have predictable data every single month. From there, objection handling, this is going to be all the excuses you hear on the online space, okay? So we give you over 30 different examples. The more you can get familiar with this, the easier it is to overcome those objections and get them to want to start sooner rather than later. From there, we're going to move into client onboarding. This is probably the most overlooked area by 90% of coaches and trainers. So this is someone's first 30 days in your program. This will make or break if people want to continue with you. So we want to make sure energy's high, buyer's remorse is low. We're getting them resources, we're getting them information, we're keeping them busy, and we're setting standards and expectations. Okay. Client delivery is the fun stuff, the week-to-week process and how we deliver services. We just show you how to do this a little bit more efficiently by utilizing some of the newest software. We'll also teach you how to track their client success metrics to ensure they're getting world-class results. We'll go over communication styles. What do you do? Because this will happen when someone starts ghosting you, when they want to quit, when they don't listen. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. But why is this happening and how do we mitigate it? A lot of times those individuals want to feel like they're part of a larger community than just you and them, right? So we'll show you how to create that. We'll also show you how to create more individualized touch points so they feel like they're getting more one-on-one attention. We'll show you how to create challenges and incentives to get them to want to execute on a more consistent basis for you as well. From there, customer support, the not so fun side of things. How do we deal with cancellations, refund requests? How do we pause services if someone needs to, go out of town for an extended period of time, something like that? What are the steps behind there? And then lastly, client retention. It's awesome to get clients, but we want to keep them for longer periods of time, but more importantly, advance into the higher levels of the program. Any questions on that piece? All right, cool. So let's do a quick little recap. It's a 4-month program. You're going to have a customized game planning call. You'll have a one-on-one coach all 4 months. You'll have one-on-one coaching calls either weekly or bi-weekly. You'll have private sales coaching. You're going to have that Facebook community and CEO trainings. 6 times a week of group support calls, 24/5 tech support, done for you programming, and optional certification in the business course curriculum. Is there anything you felt like we missed?
I think we covered it all.
Cool. Now, out of all that, we unpacked quite a bit. Maybe what was 1 or 2 things that solidified this was the program for you?
I think just the I'm trying to think of the word I would use. I guess the relationship that, you or like, my, like between y'all, the company, and then like, me as the client, like just the amount of, like, I guess communication, connection, whatever you want to say, like that tight knit bond. It seems like, like that's what, like, I would be interested in, and like what would make me be like, like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. I think this could really help me. Instead of like, just giving me a plan on a sheet of paper and say, have fun. I hope it works for you.
Yeah, 100%. So you hit it on the head. This is a grow as you go. So you don't move forward with one module until you complete the one before it, right? So from day one, we're helping you get clients, right? So it's not one of those things where you get the information, then you go back and execute. You execute as you go. We want to help grow this thing and get you scaling up a lot faster, okay? As far as which options work best for you, you're going to have the weekly option, you'll have biweekly. Now, as you see, weekly, there's a limited availability, right? So weekly means we're going to have coaching calls every single week. We'll be able to catch flaws in your system or in that foundation. You have an extra set of eyes on you. Biweekly is good if you're a very type A person, which means if you were given a checklist of what to do, you would execute it to a T. It's also good for individuals that already have some experience. They don't need as much hand-holding. I say that loosely because there's going to be a lot of stuff that you will have to do on your own, but you're getting coaching every 2 weeks versus every week. It's also good for individuals. If you're in a financial strain, which you've been pretty open about, it does save you a little bit of coin there as well. Cool. Okay. Now, out of those two, which do you think you're probably leaning towards?
Probably the bi-weekly one.
Gotcha. Cool. I'm only going to share 2 testimonials and we're going to get on to the main thing. We're going to talk about how we get you growing. Okay. First testimonial I want to show with you is Karina. Karina was only making $2K a month. Now, her goals were kind of similar to yours. She wanted financial freedom. She wanted more flexibility, but family was a huge thing for her. Okay. So this first tattoo indicates when she started in LCA. Bottom tattoo indicates when she quit her job. So that's a real tattoo. She was able to quit her job in under 4 months. So after 6 months, she was collecting 10 to 12K a month on a regular basis. Now she's making 15K a month and she works about 40 hours a week. She's a one-woman show, travels, does living her best life. As far as, someone else that was in a financial stronghold, I want to share Lacey. So Lacey was going through a nasty divorce. He just went through a pretty big breakup after 2 years. But she had kids involved as well. And she was an ER nurse. She had negative 8381 in her account. She got really resourceful and she joined NLCA after 6 months. She was collecting 10K a month. She's actually now a mindset coach for our program. Awesome story. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Averages. I touched on this earlier. 73% of our students send their client in month 1. On average, it takes them just 1 week to do so. So at the end of 4 months, 6,500 to 8K is what people are averaging. People are able to quit their jobs in 10.6 weeks if they want to go full-time with their online fitness business. So just over 2.5 months. And the people that do hit a 10K month, it takes them on average is 13 weeks, so just over 90 days. Long-term projection, if you stay with us for 12 months, those individuals have about 97 clients on their roster on average. Those individuals, 97 clients, are averaging $366,000 a year. So at that point in time, you're no longer a one-man show. You could probably expect to average 30 to 60 on your own, but after that, it starts getting a little overwhelming. We talk about bringing on an assistant coach, running ads, DMer. You'd have a team underneath you, essentially. Right now, our program's getting a score to 4.6 out of 5. Any questions on that, my man?
No, that sounded perfect.
Awesome, dude. So next, what I want to touch in before we kind of dive into the pricing of it all. Did you get a chance to hear about the 2.5 times your investment guarantee?
The what?
The 2.5 times your investment guarantee.
Yeah, I believe so. I probably need a refresher, but I do remember like the 2.5 time investment guarantee thing.
I'm just gonna give you a quick little refresher. Okay. I'm gonna pop this up so you can see I'm not blowing smoke. All right. So we have a 2.5 times your investment guarantee, or you get a 100% refund, which no one else in the industry is doing. But to qualify for that, so we're looking at the biweekly terms. You'd have to attend your game planning call, which is pretty standard. Attend all of your one-on-one coaching calls, which is only 2 per month. 1 group support call each week. Charge at least the bare minimum suggested prices of $250 or more for services. Run a scholarship program within the first 90 days, which is only going to help you get clients. Don't spend longer than 2 weeks on the optional certification. Have no late payments, and then make sure that you complete the course to 100% entirety. You do all that, show up and do the work. we guarantee you'll 2.5 times whatever you invest in, or you get 100% refund. So worst case scenario, you get your money back. Best case scenario, you're 2.5 times that bad boy. You're making it rain. You live your best life.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does that give you a little bit more confidence?
Yeah, like, but the thing is, it's like I just don't see anybody paying me 250 a month. I mean, maybe that's just because, like, that's like kind of the, I'm selling myself short a little bit, like coming from, I don't have much experience, and I'm just getting into it, so like, to me, like, that just sounds pricey, like I wouldn't pay 250 for myself a month. Like, personally, I wouldn't.
So I want you to think of it like this. So that's kind of normal, a little bit of imposter syndrome, right? Like, I don't feel qualified. We're going to help you feel qualified. With that free certification. So you'll have, like, the basic skill sets to provide recommendations for nutrition and fitness. But B, you're going to have coaching at all points in time helping you walk you through this. So I want to give you an example. Okay. Let's just say, again, you said 250 was a lot. I'm going to break this down for you. Okay. Check this out. 250 a month. Okay. And you're talking about weekly check-ins. So think of what you do with your prep coach: weekly check-ins, Zoom calls. You're managing stress. You're looking at your different hormone levels. Sometimes you might even have to get blood testing, whatever it is you're going to be doing, right? Whatever you're going to be offering, think about that. So 250 a month, and then we're going to divide that by 4 weeks in a month. That's 62.50 a week. If you divide that by 7 days, that's $8.93 a day. The average American is spending about $12 on Starbucks a day and gets no return of investment.
Yeah.
Is it really that expensive? No.
Yeah. I mean, it's more of like what you just said, like people just don't prioritize it to the amount that they want to pay that, and I guess it's more of like, I just need to find the people that do, want to prioritize, health and stuff, and are willing to pay that instead of going to Starbucks every day, or, going to fast food.
Yeah. Like, for instance, what did you pay for your prep coach?
I snagged him really early before he blew up, so I got him for a super low price. I was paying 160 a month, but now he's 275.
Yep. So the average prep coach out here right now is probably between anywhere, and most of them have make you do a paid in full, and some of them won't do it at monthly installments. But the average prep coach is about 350 to 450 per month.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about, like, all the bells and the whistles, supplementation protocols, the whole nine, right? So those prices that, again, the industry average for online coaching alone is like the very, very, very low end 250 up to 500. Can't even be more. So I was telling you about high-level executives. I got a couple of guys that just give me their credit card. They have me order their supplements and their food, and I have it delivered to their door. That's extra time out of my day to do all that stuff for them, right? So it's the more you do for individuals, the more you can justify why you're charging a higher rate, because that's more time being taken out of your day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So next we're going to talk about the investment portion. What's this thing going to cost us? Okay. There'll be a payment plan. There'll be a paid in full option. Paid in full just means we pay the whole thing up front and we save a significant amount of money. Payment plan just means we're going to figure out a budget for you. Based upon your budget, we'll find a down payment that works. We'll spread the rest out over 4 to 6 months for you. Now, I'm going to be very transparent because you shared with me multiple times that finances is tough for you. We do have extended payment plans. We have financing options. I have different ways to make sure I can help you get in the door. Cool?
Yeah.
All right, my man. What's this going to cost us? We're about to dive in now. It's only $100,000 in your left kidney. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. No, there's a payment plan of $7,997 and a paid in full option of $6,800. Now, out of those two, which do you think works best for you?
I mean, right now I would say the payment plan, but say you enroll in the payment plan and, you get some promotions through work. Like, I mean, you could, like, say your payment is like $200 a month. You could, like, if you got into the position where you could pay $300 or $400 a month, like, you could do that, right? And just speed it up.
100%. They're never going to say you can't pay it off early, my man. So 100%. Yeah, most companies would prefer that people pay that off and have that mindset. Okay. So to kind of give you a breakdown, the average amount on a package like that is usually around 2,500 to 3K. So on a hypothetical, if you did 3K and we spread that out over 6 months for you, your monthly payments would be under 1,000 per month, which is like you needing 3 to 5 clients. Is that realistic for you?
No, not with. I have so many bills. I mean, my student loans are $200 a month. My car insurance is $200 a month. My phone bill's right there at $100 a month. And then I have my own things to buy. Like obviously I'm on TRT right now, so I have to pay for that. I have to buy all my health supplements. Like I have a very, bodybuilding's expensive. So like, I mean, I'm in a very expensive lifestyle right now. And like I said, like I have to buy all my own food, etc., gas money. Because my family's not in the position to, just make me a trust fund child. So
For sure. I got you. So I just want to go over the averages now. Probably your best options. We're going to talk about more about financing. What's our credit look like? Good, bad, great, awesome, amazing. What's it look like?
I think it was last time I looked, I'm in the sevens, seven something. So I mean, it's
Okay,
good.
so this could be really cool for you. We do have an option called Fund My Contract, and what that allows us to do is get you a 1 to 5 year loan. So, depending if you get approved, that could be anywhere between like $240 a month and up, depending on like how many months that you want to do it, right, for your payment plan. Okay, so it's totally worth the shot, especially with your credit being as good as it is. It's going to go based on debt to income ratio. It'll go off of your credit score, multiple things. So I want us to try that because it does not affect your credit, just to see what you get approved for. You game?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's try that one first. That's going to be the first one. I think that's going to be probably your best option if we able to get approved. So let me share my screen again, and we're going to pop in and try this bad boy out, see if we can get going. Cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're on TRT at 23, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been on PEDs. Like, I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've been on natural for like, I don't know, maybe 12 months, and I just came out of prep, saying I pulled out. So obviously, I can't just hop off.
For sure. What's a good email address for you, brother?
Dawson Watts, DAWSON WATTS 02 at gmail.com.
All right. All right. Check your email. It's just going to ask you some basic questions. It takes about 2 minutes to see what we get approved for, or if we get approved. And you can just go off of like what you last made, or what you're about to make. So if you're making, I think you said about 46K or 50K, you can go off of that. And let me know if you have any questions while you're going through it.
Just confirming I'm not a robot right now.
I know, it's crazy. We got to do that nowadays, man.
Yeah. And then, like for my rent, you just want me to put what I'm gonna be paying at the apartment I'm looking at to move. That'd probably be the smartest thing, right?
Yeah, you can put that in there, or you can just put that in there. It's like a rough estimate.
This doesn't affect my credit score, right?
It does not affect your credit score, just to see what you get approved for at all. Nope. Stop credit check, my brother.
It says awaiting offers is just loading. Thank you for submitting your request for financing. Unfortunately, unable to match you with the financing offer at this time. Receive an email or letter within the next 30 days with more details.
Cool. So no big deal there. That just means we're one step closer to figuring out what does work. That one's not going to be a go for us. No big deal. Now, the other one that we can do, there's going to be two other ones. The next one would be in-house financing, which doesn't affect your credit at all. But it's a longer payment term. We're able to spread that out over 12 months. So there's a little bit of interest up front, but if we spread it out over 12 months evenly, it's $800. Now, check this out. If you pay off within your enrollment term, which is within 4 months, 2.5 times your investment, we honor the normal payment plan of 7,997. Let's just say you get on with this job, in South Carolina, you're killing it, and you want to pay off the whole damn thing early within 60 days, we'll honor the paid in full amount. So one, it gets you in for a lot less. Two, it holds you accountable to stay on track for your 4 months. And then three, if you pay off early, you get an extra discount. How do we feel about that?
I mean, it's still just a lot because like I'm gonna be paying like rent's stupid expensive, so I'm gonna be paying $1,500 in rent a month, and then say another 150 to 200 for utilities, gas money. I would say I've always tried to limit myself to like 120 bucks a week for groceries, gas, and then supplements are like 150 a month ish, and then my student loans, my car insurance. Like my 45K, 50K is just not that much where I can throw on another, $400 payment a month. Like I'm not in the position to do that. And I had said that on the Instagram, like when I was messaging whatever, I just really wanted to see, just get more info and see the pricing and stuff, and it would work out for me. And if it like, and I'm like, to me, it's more of like, I don't like, it's not like it's something I got to do today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I really love like what y'all are about, like the program, everything that y'all offer. And then, like, hopefully I'm in that position, 4 or 5 months, the beginning of the year to where like, I possibly could do that, so I mean, like, it sounds really expensive to me right now, like in the position that I'm in. And I don't want to take on something and then like, I can't pay it, or I'm causing myself so much mental stress from financial reasons that I'm not even enjoying life no more.
Yeah, those all things that are like legitimate and they make sense. Let me ask you this, because you go to this job and even if you're hitting 50K, 45, 50K, right? Still gonna be a little bit tightness. Okay. Now, I do have something I think could work, but I want you to think for a second, what would happen if your circumstances don't change a whole lot? We're just stuck at 50K. All right. So I want you to think of the best athletes in the world. I don't care what sport. I don't care if it's entrepreneurship. Think about your favorite all-time athlete. Okay. And I want you, once you have that in your head, I want you to zero in on this fact. The best athletes in the world, they make decisions based upon where they see themselves, not their current circumstances. Chris Bumstead, Andre Ferguson, all these guys, they're invested. Yeah, bodybuilding is expensive. Majority of those guys find ways to get it done, right? So they are willing to commit to a process based on where they see themselves. Mediocre people that don't make it that far is because they overthink, overanalyze, and they take action based upon their circumstances, which means they rarely commit. And then when they do commit, they change their mind repetitively. So they're always constantly in a struggle.
Well,
do you want?
I am taking moving, like that's a risk to me in life. I'm going somewhere where I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
It's expensive to live in Charleston. Like that's the risk to me that I'm taking right now, like, and I have to be smart about it. Yes, you're right. All the greatest people take risks, but like a lot of them, like I have to make these payments. I cannot just say, screw my college loans, screw my rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, I mean, I can't do that. Like, and I'm too smart to realize, okay, like maybe I just have too much on my plate right now, for it to be right now, like I'm not saying that, like, don't keep working at it, don't keep doing your own thing, don't keep trying, like I'm not giving up. That's not at all what this is like coming to. Like I'm still, even if we wouldn't have talked today, I still would be doing my best effort in trying to get people, trying to, get clients and etc. So like, that's just not me. Not giving up is not me, so like, I mean, just because it doesn't work out right now doesn't mean that I wouldn't do it, but I think I need to be smart about this too. Like I cannot just take on payment after payment after payment and then, and not have the financial means to make those ends meet. Like, and I have to have money to live off of. I mean, your car breaks down. Like, I mean, I can't just like make it $0 every time I get paid, or, you know,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yep. So let's take moving forward off the table. Let me just ask you some questions, get a pulse check on how you're feeling about everything outside of the finances. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, cool. So do we feel like outside of the finances, this is everything that you'd want from like a business coaching mentorship?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Do you feel like you're 100% confident in your own skill set and ability to follow through with the guidance and the resources that we'd be providing when you're ready?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like the biweekly phone call, the 20 to 40 hours a week, like added on, like I love it so much that it's not, you know, 20 to 40 hours of work to me. So like, you know, I wouldn't mind that, you know, like I sit down, I'd work out 5 in the morning, you know, come back and pull my 10 hours Saturday and Sunday, and that's my 20 hours right there, you know.
For sure. Now, let me ask you this. Do you feel like you're a type A person? Like, I want to ask you something. If it's not a go for you, totally fine. But I would hate for me to not bring it up to you because this could be something that could help you get out of financial struggle, but not be stuck in like a lot of payments. Are you open to hearing about that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we have something called course only, which means you'd have access to everything that I just showed you. The only difference is you're not having one-on-one coaching or biweekly coaching, and there's no guarantee involved because you don't have coaching, right? But if you have the resources, you have everything that you need, right, on paper and on video. Do you feel confident that you could execute it?
Yeah.
Okay, so course only is vastly cheaper, it's like $997. However, we could split that over 6 months for you. That would be $166.17 a week, which is like $5.93 a day. What do you think
I mean,
about that?
I think that would be something, like as soon as I got this job, I would definitely want to do that, you know, but
Okay,
like I'm just not wanting to sit here right now and say yes, 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 because
sure.
like it's only $40 a day, but like take all the things that I just said and add it all up. Like, all right, now you're talking $100 a day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because I have my own coaching to pay for, you know, etc. So like, you know, it's like that's not the only payment that's going to be in my life for a while.
100%. I get you 100%. Now, we were not going to talk about moving forward, but what I would challenge you is you are young, you have a lot of life to live. I would say start prioritizing on what's going to make more sense. So you've had a prep coach for 18 months. You probably know what foods to eat. You know, typically what your off-season protocols would be, right? I would start trying to figure out what's going to get you most money back. So I know those are things that you like, but I also know you don't like being broke or being depressed or any of those things, right? So what I would say is after you get off this phone, really like write down on a sheet of paper your non-negotiables, things that you have to have, right? But then I would start taking action based upon the things that are going to get you money back so you can afford those nicer things down the road. Would it be a little bit uncomfortable to not be able to have a prep coach or not to have certain things that we like? Sure. But would it get us closer to our goals and to where we're not stuck in a financial turmoil? Absolutely. So what I'd say is after this, really kind of start figuring out, yes, I like to have a prep coach, but do I necessarily need one? I'm saying this because I've had prep coaches as well. And there's times where I had double quad tendon surgery and I had to remove myself from prep coach because I had other doctor's bills that I just got, for surgery, right? Did it suck? But I'm also very confident in my own skill set and abilities. Like, hey, that coach will be there. I know enough to get myself through to keep my body composition right. So when I am ready to take it to that next level, he's always going to be there for me, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to think about that same thing just until you're getting in a spot to where you're feeling comfortable and now you can afford to do a little extra here and there. Does that make sense?
I mean, trust me, dude, I've been doing that for weeks now, man. You don't understand the amount of thoughts that go through my head every freaking day. Like, you don't get it. I mean, I'm sure you get it. You've probably been through, you know, similar situations, you know, going through life. So, and then by being in bodybuilding and stuff and things you don't want to give up. I mean, dude, there was the biggest battle with my own self to be like, okay, you know, like let's pull out of prep, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
like I was there and cried for days, you know, like trying to figure out what I should do, you know, crying to my mom, you know, I mean, just so much, like, you know, in today's world it's so different. Like growing up as a 23-year-old now was a lot different than growing up as a 23-year-old then. You know, it's like, I mean, it's like we can't afford to live right now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I mean, I have $60,000 worth of student loans I got to pay off for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
and school is $30,000 a year to go.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's hard in today's world. It's possible. Yes, it's possible. I think yes, prioritizing things, yes, but I also think that not rushing into things and staying on the grind, staying consistent, and then putting that goal at a at a part in life where it's like, okay, I want to be there. I want to be there by then. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then that's when I'll take action. And be in the financial spot and in life spot to make decisions like that. I went to college for a reason because I want to use my degree. So like to me, like when you say prioritize things, like to me, using my degree because I spent $60,000 on it is more is at the peak list of my things. So like, and obviously I want to pay that off as fast as possible. So like I mean I'm in that battle with myself every day. Do I just give up all these things? But then do I give up my happiness for money? Like that's the thing that and I'm trying to find that. I'm every day, I'm battling within myself on trying to find on what I should do in life. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a hard battle, man.
I got you, man. Well, you have my number. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions or concerns, man. Again, congratulations to your family on the birth of that new child, man. That's a big deal. Let me know if you guys have anything else that you need from me, man. Any questions that you need, I got y'all. Cool?
Okay, I appreciate Jeremy. I appreciate you really taking the time and understanding my situation. And even though you still gave me the time of day, I really appreciate that. And it just shows
Yeah.
what type of person you are. And I really look forward to reaching back out to you. And I hopefully we can make this work soon. And I look forward to speaking with you again one day. And I promise, I'm going to be doing everything I can, to be in that position soon.
Awesome, brother. Well, I'm rooting for you, man, and I'm here when you're ready.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Hey, you too, brother. Good luck on that second job interview.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yep. Later, man.